Hey now everyone, it's Steve Sievers for Bionic Buzz. We're here at the world famous San Diego Comic-Con. It feels so good to be back. Now before we get started, we appreciate your support. Please hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and follow us on all social media. Now let's go see who we can talk to. Well, it's good to see you again, dude. So what have you been up to since E23?
Well, I've been busy. Yeah. So we're launching a new show here called Animals Up Close. It's an evolution of epic adventures, and it's exciting. We went to 6 incredible places, and excited to chat with you about them.
Yeah, the one that gave me a lot of anxiety watching was you're up in like the tree, you're like spending the night up there. I mean, as someone who's got a fear of heights, how was it up there?
Yeah, so that was for the elephant episode, which it's so. What's really cool about doing these press events and things is we work for such a long time on these projects.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere, and then all of a sudden now we get to talk about it. So excited to see what people think when it comes out in September. But so the elephant episode, we went to the Central African Republic, which is a country I thought I would never get to go to. It's part of the Congo Basin, and I think when most people think of elephants, they think of savanna elephants, elephants that live out in the open. Well, this is a different species. It's the forest elephant.
Oh, cool.
And they can be very angry and very dangerous, and that's for 2 reasons. First one is animals don't like being surprised, and they live in a very thick jungle environment, so we can't see them coming from a long way away, so you just bump into them. But also, we humans have really heavily poached them, and they're a long-lived animal that has a good memory, so understandably they don't like people. So for that reason, as you said, we lived in the trees. So we set up a canopy camp, 120 foot up a huge sapilli tree. And what was really cool, we had these filming platforms, and to get between where we slept and the filming platforms, we didn't want to have to go down on the ground. We wanted to keep our scent off the floor, and so we zip-lined. And you can see there's a video there. Yeah. So we zip-lined between the canopy camp, which is it was a 300-foot zip-line, which is for sure the most badass commute I've ever had.
That's awesome. Yeah, I want to talk about your past ones. The one, I love bats. And I forget where it was, but it was like the whole sky was just like a migration of bats. I must have been so amazing to see.
Yeah, so that was part of Epic Adventures, the Kasanka bat migration, and 10 million bats all packed into a chunk of forest that's just a few football fields in size. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. I loved your one with the humpback whales. That was that one too. I think it was in Antarctica, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So there was humpbacks and also fin whales all together. And I think what was really exciting about that was, well, we managed to track down and film the biggest gathering of fin whales ever filmed. But all of those together, and that is really a good news story because that wasn't happening 10, 20 years ago. These whales are coming back as a result of protection following the whaling era. So. Nice. That's the thing that I'm really proud of this new project as well, Animals Up Close, is that we don't shy away from the damage humans are causing to the environment, but more importantly, we celebrate the wins, the conservation success stories. Because that's important. Like the news cycle's so depressing, man. We got to celebrate the wins.
Speaking of news cycles depressing, I was obsessed with the whole titanium thing. As an explorer yourself, man, what were your thoughts on that? I mean, it's crazy they went down on a PlayStation controller, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about the specifics of it, and it's obviously very sad for the people involved. There are inherent risks with going to challenging places to get to, from our team's point of view, we're always looking to do things as safely as possible. Obviously, there are some risks not all risks you can control, but you can mitigate for. And on Epic Adventures, we had some hairy encounters, and Animals Up Close is no different. But interestingly, it's never the animals that are the dangerous thing. That's what the media wants you to think.
Oh, yeah.
It's always us humans messing things up, or the physical environment. So in our Galapagos episode, we were trying to film marine iguanas, which are like a mini Godzilla, right?
Yeah, the waves look like insane.
Exactly. So they're looking for seaweed, and the best seaweed grows where the biggest waves and currents are.
Okay.
So here they are on the screen here. Big 10-foot waves, and they're like pro surfers. They can duck dive under the waves, and sadly I'm less good in the surf compared to a marine iguana.
Plus, you've got this huge camera too, which I don't know how much it weighs, but
Yeah, well, fortunately underwater it weighs nothing. We trim them to be neutrally buoyant, but yeah, it's a big thing with a lot of drag. So yeah, we tried, we did our best to stay with the iguanas, and sometimes a big wave would come through and things would get pretty scary.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you're here. Obviously, you're in good shape. I can't wait to see when does it come out again?
It comes out September 13th on Disney+.
All right, my birthday month. Thank you so much, my friend. Take care.